What is up everybody, this is Stingy again, and I'm back with the second part of the tutorial. So this is where we left off with the green dots and the main text. So now we're going to move into the sort of gradient maps and putting this same text to the other side, and we might even get to a pricing box or something like that. So if you're happy with that, I like the look of that personally. There could be a little bit more texture in the background, but just play around with that, and if you like it, if you don't like it rather, then don't put it up. But you've got to like it yourself, and if no one else likes it apart from you, that's all that matters. So just stick to it, and yeah. Alright, so what we'll do now is all of our layers which we've done on the text over here, so from Stingy Designs all the way down to the bottom, hold shift and highlight them all, and right click, duplicate layers, and just click OK. So now you hold Command T or Control T if you're on PC, and then shift, and then just drag it around like so. Now just drag it to the other side. You can hold shift to keep it on the same line, and just roughly figure out where you want it to be placed and place it there. Now the one thing you might see here is the Stingy Designs looks different on this side than it does onto the right hand side, and the main reason behind that is your layer styles. So you have to open up your layer styles and go gradient overlay and change it to 0, so then it swaps the drop to the other side. And do the same with the 3D text as well, so it looks the same on both sides. So there we go, that's the first bit. Now we're going to get into maybe some lines over the top, so scan lines. Now the easiest way to do that, if you want to be original and not use templates, which I don't like using, just come up to your marquee tool, create a new layer above everything else, and just drag a little box all the way across your screen to the size you want, so something like that. Right click and fill it with whatever color, white, we'll just use white for now, and then deselect that layer. So now you can just resize that to whatever you want. I think that's a little bit too big, so I might drop it down. Something like that looks cool. So now you want to hold Command Alt and T, and this will duplicate the layer. So zoom in and move it down to where you want using the arrow keys, so have it evenly spaced apart. Now this is the easy part. Hold Command Alt Shift and constantly press T. Now this can take a while, so I'm just going to skip through this a little bit, so I'll just do that many and it's going to keep going. Now you want to merge all of these layers together by holding shift and highlighting them all. Command E. You can now go Command J and then shift, and you can drag it down so that this is probably the rushed way to do it. I wouldn't recommend this way if you're wanting it to look professional, but just because it's a tutorial, I'll just do this because it's a lot easier. So Command E, merge them, duplicate, and we'll just zoom out. So there we go. We'll just leave it at that for now because that's simple. So there's our scan lines. Now what you want to do next is just move it to your spot and change your opacity down. 17, between 17 and 0 works the best. Now I'm just going to duplicate this and just drag these down so it's consistent all the way down. So there. So that's your basic scan lines, so you can put those over the top of your text, you can put them underneath your text, It's really up to you what you want to do with them, but that gives it a nice overall feel to the background. So the next part is just a gradient map and some color correction over the top. So you want to come up to the top of your I guess palette of layers, and you want to click this button here. Now if you don't have this, you can just go image and then adjustments, but do that on a new layer. But I'll just click this and add a gradient map. Now these are used widely over the community, so everyone should know about them, but choose this violet to orange one, and you can change these colors, but for now I'll just leave them as is to show you. You want to change your blending mode to overlay and then drop the opacity down. And don't worry if the modules look all messed up, because of the new YouTube layout. They don't matter at all, because YouTube puts modules over the top of this, so it'll be perfectly white once you finish your background. After that, you can add in another thing, and I use curves mainly. They seem to work nicely, and where it says RGB, click the drop down box and go red, and whatever color your text is, you want to bring up the most. So because ours is red, we want to bring the red up, and then go to green, and we can drop the green down a little bit, but we've still got green in the background, so we don't want to have it down too much. And blue, we don't have any blue, so we can just drop that down or bring it up, just depending on what you like, but something like that looks good. So now that we've done that, that is pretty much the basis of our background. So hope you enjoyed this tutorial. This was pretty rushed, as I did this Tuesday night after school. So if you enjoyed this, I am going to be leaving a I'll leave this in the description, a download link for this template when this tutorial gets 35 likes. So I'll probably put in another logo, not instead of mine, so it'll be another logo that I've made, but that is something to get behind. So hope you enjoyed this video, and if it helped you out, leave it a like and maybe a comment on what tutorial you'd like to see next. That would be awesome. Anyway guys, I'm out. Peace.